where everybody's staring for days. All they see is just a young, pretty face. But I'm trying to get to know you much better. Don't matter how much time it would take. But there's something you're trying to hide. There's something you're keeping inside. But I'm trying to get to know you much better. Don't matter how much time it would take.
Hello and welcome to I Am That Girl Podcast. I am your host, Marquetta DeVille, and you are tuning into I Am That Girl Podcast. We have exciting, amazing conversations with women doing great things in their prospective field. And today, episode 6 of season 2 of the It Girl Era, I have none other than Miss Tia Wilson, the child book author of Not Another Sister. Hello, Tia. How are you?
Hello, Marquetta. I am well. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you for having me on the show today. I really appreciate the opportunity. Yes.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. It is your birthday weekend.
Yes, it is.
And what better time to have you celebrate than right before you kick off the birthday celebration. So how do you feel?
I feel great. I really do. I feel great going into this double nickels, as people are calling it, the 55. So I feel really excited about it. And I mean, all birthday. This one is really special to me, just to be here,
Oh, that's awesome. Any special plans?
We're gonna go to California. Hubby and I are gonna go to California for a few days and everything, and just spend some quality time and relax a little bit because we haven't been able to do that lately. So we're gonna just relax and keep it low key, and then visit with some family when we get back and everything. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, we won't tie you up for too much of your birthday weekend, but I am so excited. So you have a new children's book out called Not Another Sister. So many of us listening today may know you from your book, but tell us about Tia Wilson. Tell us about who you are, how you became an author, and any other juicy information you would like to share this morning with the listening audience.
Okay, yes, thank you. So basically, I have lived here. I am married, as you can probably see the picture behind me, but I am happily married to Lou Wilson. We've been married for 3 years. It's been absolutely wonderful. And then also we have together, we have 5 wonderful adult children and 7 grandchildren. They keep us moving, okay? The kids keep you going for sure. I currently work at Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I have been there for 15 years, so that's been a blessing in my career to be able to manage things in my household and for my children before I came married as well. My family is military, so we moved around a lot, but I've been in Las Vegas for about 28 years now. And that's been pretty good. My parents retired here, so I followed them because I had my baby. I was like, okay, don't leave me.
Right. Oh, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. What other cities have you lived in or states?
The states, North Carolina, North Dakota. We lived in Alaska. We lived in England. And let's see, I think those were the main ones because my dad, he went to Turkey by himself. He said the kids and family for a year and a half or something. So we stayed back while he went there. But a lot of it was in Alaska, and then another was in North Carolina. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Where was your favorite home?
I really like
North Carolina. I'm gonna be biased.
No,
I want to be biased and say Las Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, Las Vegas has been great to me and to my family as well. I do love it, and that's where I found my husband. So hey,
Yeah,
I can't say it's a bad place.
right.
But North Carolina was really good. I love all the trees and the greenery and
Mhm.
just, the calmness of it all. I liked Alaska for the snow. That was exciting. It was fun seeing the
Oh,
large moose on the side of the road. Um, and just, those were two of the main ones that I liked. I was kind of young when we were in England, so I don't remember too much about that one.
oh,
In North Dakota, I was young as well. So
okay, awesome. So I understand you are the author of Not Another Sister. Is this your first book?
yes, this is my very first book. Yes. Hmm.
Okay, awesome. So, question, can you share with us the inspiration behind Not Another Sister?
Yes, of course. The inspiration was my grandson, Javen.
Mm-hmm.
His mother told him that she was going to have a baby, and he was kind of like, "Wait, what?" Because he was
Oh,
old. And so he says, "Wait a minute, what?" And so the inspiration was when he found out that his mom was pregnant with a baby, and that she was pregnant and was going to have another baby, and then he found out that it was a girl and it was going to be a sister. He was just like, "Oh my gosh, not another sister!" Like that. And then also I was inspired because I would like to leave a legacy, and I've always wanted to
hmm
publish a book.
Oh, nice. So, has writing been a passion of yours throughout life?
Somewhat. People have asked me that before, and somewhat it was just a little bit. I loved creative writing in school. And so that,
Okay.
that was pretty interesting that, went from there to here. But yes, I really did like to I like to read, I like to learn, and I also like creative writing.
Nice, nice. So what was your journey like in writing this story? Was it just like Javen, hey, not another sister? Okay, I'm gonna write a story, or did it take you a while? What was the journey like for you?
It kind of was that. I knew I wanted to write a book. So after my daughter Jasmine had told me about that, I said, "Huh, that sounds like a good title or a topic to talk about." So I said, "Okay, well, that sounds great. Let me go ahead and start just see if I could just write something down." And I did, and then things started to flow. And then God was like, "Yeah, that's it. Go with that." Because I went
Mm,
to different titles before I got to
hmm
this. I knew what he had said, but I didn't know if it was time, to change or not. But it was that specific title. And then I just started flowing with that, took that, wrote, started thinking of pictures, locations, all that kind of stuff, where I wanted it to be based out of, and all of this type
hmm
of. Hmm.
Oh, nice, nice. So, in writing the story, not another sister, what was the hope that you would get from this book?
The hope for me,
Yes.
I wanted to make sure that
I'm
it was.
sorry. I meant the hope for young readers. What would you hope that young readers got out of the book? But you can answer the question on what were your hopes to get out of the book also.
Well, for the younger readers, first was the message that I wanted them to get is that God is real and He doesn't make
Hmm
mistakes. Okay, and
Okay.
then what I mean by that is that when God made us, He made us either male or female. Okay, and then
hmm
that's indeed what we are. So then Javen at one point in the book was saying, he says, not another sister. And then he had asked, "Can you change her to be a boy?" But that's not possible at that time. There was a picture with her, having the baby in her belly, and it was already a girl. She was a girl. Um,
Oh, okay.
so I wanted that's like a value to me, because sometimes children are confused about who they are. And
hmm
in my family, we were taught that God will help you and guide you as you grow older, and He's going to help you along the way in life. So we always referred back to God in prayer, and that's exactly what Javen did in the story.
Oh, so you teach the kids to pray, you teach them to love who they are. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm gonna have to get a couple of copies of your book. Where do you get a copy of the book at? Where would someone get a
Currently,
copy?
they're at, it's on Amazon. There's Barnes and Noble. I do believe Target finally has their copies, and Walmart as well.
Right.
And these are online. They're not in the stores just yet, but
Mhm.
soon. I'm happy to say I'm building my website right now, and so soon you'll be able to just buy the books right off the website. I'll have the softbound and the hardback as well.
Oh,
So
nice. I
I
love it. Target is my store, so have to go to Target. I love Amazon because it comes directly to my house, but it's something about
yeah.
getting up and getting dressed. And my grandkids already know it. Target is a whole experience for us, so we'll have to make. We got to order online, right?
You
You
can
said we
order
have.
online. I'll check for you and see, but I know most of
Mhm.
them were online until you hit a certain number of sales,
Okay.
then they'll bring it into the store. But yes,
Okay.
yes, by all means, once it gets there, yes, go into the store and get it. And like I said,
Okay. Well, we'll go on Amazon and get a couple of copies for the kids.
yes,
Especially, it's a great time for anybody that's listening. This is a great opportunity for those children that are going into school to get a copy and to have that conversation with the kids that, God doesn't make mistakes. Typically, this time of the year, no matter what grade you are going to,
hmm
it can be a very confusing time because sometimes it's new schools for children, some new grades, new friends, new teachers. So the values that you mentioned that one would get from the book, it just triggers my thought process. Is like, this is a great opportunity. I have one going to the second grade, my grandchildren
hmm
going to the second grade, and then I have one going to the first grade, and then my youngest is going to kindergarten. So, like, I already have in my mind, we're gonna have breakfast, we're gonna read Not Another Sister,
thank you.
and we're gonna talk
Yes,
about
part,
their new
yes.
school year.
hmm
And then I'll give them their own copy. So we'll have to go. I have to go on Amazon and get a couple copies so we can make our whole little journey of Not Another Sister. I love the concept of it.
Yeah,
So
thank
I thank you for following your heart and listening to God when He said go. Okay.
yes, that's real too. He said go and I took off. Yes.
Amazing. So, are you making a journey out of the books at the schools here locally, or any type of stuff? Oh, I could see a story time, like a Facebook Live story time that we can invite friends and family to hear a story time from the author herself. I love
Yes.
that idea. You can
Yes.
have it
Yes.
free of charge.
That. I I have done some of that. I have I participated in Nevada Reading Week, and that was back
Okay.
in March, and so that was so much fun. The students are so smart. They ask all the questions. You're thinking, oh, this is just a few pages in the book. No, they had questions. Is he still that age? Well, how many sisters? Is this all of the sisters now? Do they have any
Yeah.
other siblings? How old are they? Do you guys have a pet? And, it was a whole bunch of questions. So I thoroughly enjoyed reading to all different levels of grade levels and
Oh, okay.
ages. So I read at multiple different schools. That was a fun experience.
Mhm.
Other people, some of my friends that I've met, colleagues have read the books to different people. They've read it to adults that can relate to the book because they've experienced
Mm.
it when they were younger. So I've
Right.
had that happen. Then I will on my website will be reading it live, and I read it at my
Okay.
first book signing. I read it live, read the book live. So I've been doing those type of things, and so and in the storytelling. Another one of my colleagues is on Facebook, and she read it on her storytelling time. So she would read it
Oh, nice.
on Wednesdays at noon, and so it's on her Facebook page, And so that has my book, and she mentions my name, and every now and again I would catch her and I would make comments and stuff. But yeah, that was pretty exciting too.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh gosh, I can just see your journey taking off. I'm super excited for you. And it's a pleasure to have you on and kind of get some of the behind the scenes and the inspiration to your storybook. A lot of times we see books online and it's one thing to read, but to actually talk to the author and get their true insight. And a lot of times books are done by ghostwriters. So you never really meet the person that sat down pen to paper and wrote the story. So it is such a pleasure to have you on today.
Thank you.
And to kick off your birthday celebration. Look, I'm all about a birthday celebration. So we cannot forget to celebrate your double nickel. So happy birthday.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate being here and you inviting me on. This was an absolute pleasure. And I just thank you for it. I'm so honored.
Oh, thank you so much. No problem. So, of course, I got many, many questions. I'm like the kids at school, like, Miss T, I have another question.
Yeah.
How did you find was any of this tied to a personal experience for you as a parent influencer of the creation of this book?
The one thing that stuck out to me was that my daughter, my middle child, Jaleesa, she had, because they all may experience this, and you don't really realize that your child would experience that. But I walked past the bassinet where her little brother was, and I turned around, and then she turned and was swinging her arm to hit him in the bassinet. That's her little baby sister, right? And she thought I wasn't looking. And so it goes to show how children may not understand everything that's going on, but they know that they just I don't want them there because there's, it feels like something is being taken away from them. Their attention is being taken away from their parent. And so I understood that. And so I just made sure that she had her undivided, attention from me, and he did as well. Even though he was younger, me and Dad, we split the time and made sure that she felt comfortable and felt good. But I mean, that it does happen in families. It really does.
It does. It does. I can remember my mom has 3 children. And so my younger brother and I are 20 years apart. And then I have a sister that's in between us. So I want to say he is 15 years younger than her. So that transition was quite funny to watch. And then my daughter is 5 years older than my sister's daughter. And so that age when their teeth start falling out. So my daughter had a complex because both of her front teeth came out at the same time. And she was like, she thought she couldn't eat. So she reached over to my niece, who was only like 4 or 5 months, and she bites her arm. And I'm like, oh my God, why did you do that? And she goes, well, I was the baby. And I thought my teeth didn't work anymore. So I just wanted to try it on her. And I'm like, and my sister's like, oh my God. She goes, she is so spoiled. And the same thing with my brother. He would pick on my daughter because he's 5 years older than my daughter. So each of the kids had like this 5-year span. And he would pick on her and I would be like, why are you picking on her? She's just a baby. She's just a toddler. And he was so used to having all the attention.
I understand. We understand. But that is funny. That is too funny.
I don't remember the transition between me and my sister because we're 5 years apart also. So
Mhm.
I don't even remember the transition. I'm like, it was so many kids around
Right.
that I was never really the baby anyway.
Oh, yeah, you didn't have that opportunity, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I don't remember getting all the attention. I don't think I went through that as a kid.
Right.
But for my babies around me, I can say, well, there's a book called Not Another Sister that you can
Yeah,
read to help mommy through this journey.
that's right. That's right. Exactly.
Awesome, awesome. So, we kind of talked about your process of where you got the idea from the book and how it began to flow. Is there any other information about your journey in actually writing the book that you want to share with us today?
Yes, of course. One, two, like the process of writing a book, it was
Hmm.
absolutely wonderful. I loved it. Okay, that was just my experience. Some people don't, but I enjoyed my
Uh-huh.
experience because I enjoy and I made kind of friends with my publisher and my illustrator. And so I
Hmm.
call them and ask them usually about anything, especially if it's related to a book or writing or printing or whatever. And so I was referred to both of them. So the one of the things that I would say is make sure you get one that you can relate to and can talk to and understand what you want to produce. Because if you don't, then your final product will not be what you want, you know, and
Mm.
and so you're trying to like sell or have people buy something that doesn't even represent what you had inside. And so,
Mm.
um, I mean, my publisher, just Dr. Naisha Davis, and I just love her. I mean, we prayed through the way, we cried sometimes. I mean, and sometimes when we were supposed to meet about the book, one of us
Hmm.
made it to talk about something else in life, or we
Oh.
were experiencing something. I mean, my book took me 2 years to write. That was no part of
Mm.
her. That was me, because it could have been a 6 month to a year process, depending on what I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be as long as you want or as short as you want. Me, it took that long. I mean, I believe I had a death in the family, changed my career. It changed a little bit. You know, I was moving around in at the workforce. At the,
Okay.
yeah, so it was after we got married. So we were moving and, the house shifting and this and that. And so stuff going on.
It was
Grandbabies
a
got
journey.
born, they're a little bit younger, I was just like, oh my goodness. So we had a lot going.
Mm.
But the one main thing about it is to find a good publisher or illustrator. Keep writing. Just keep
Hmm.
writing. Don't stop. I mean, like I said, life will, how they say, life you a lot, and you'll want to stop. But all you have to do is just keep writing. Whatever you do is just write, write, write. Even in draft form. Every time I turned around, Marquetta, all I did was I would find the back of a receipt, an envelope, or something to write on. And so that's the main key for me, was to write, so that when you do get with your publisher, you're able to give them all of it, and then they can help you with the editing process. And then you go from there, and then you get with the illustrator. The illustrator was actually a little bit more intense than with the publisher,
Hmm.
because when you're working with a children's book author, you have to describe all the pictures. So you can't say that
Mm.
David went into the room. David went into this room. The room is 10 by 10. The walls are gray. The couches are this color. They're this height from that height. They have stripes on them, whatever. You have to be very specific and detailed. So that one was a longer process as well.
Mm.
There is a good expense with both. It's
Hmm.
expensive to do both of it. But then you get the package at the end is so rewarding. So
Right.
it didn't even bother me one little bit. I'm just like so excited to get what was in my heart down on a hard copy and print it to share with others.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's amazing. I love it. That and it's different because I wrote my first book a couple of years back also, and to kind of hear your journey with the illustrator. Mine was about home buying, and it was geared toward a more young adult crowd. So to hear the illustrator and how detailed you got to be and so on and so on, I'm like, oh, okay. It
Yeah.
makes me think like, okay, when I get to the process of a children's book, I got to have some time on my hands.
Yes, yes. It's still fun because I mean, I went through pictures. I was like, oh, okay. So I would describe one picture, then I said, oh, that picture doesn't go with this content. Okay, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Now come up with another picture, or are we gonna divide that picture? Or what we gonna do? And I was
Right.
woo, it's a lot. It is a lot. But like I said, it's all worth the process once you get the final product that looks like what you want. My illustrator did an exceptional job as well because he was able to do these pictures sight unseen and they look like my family. So I mean,
Oh,
people,
wow.
that's your family, And I was like, yeah, he did it without a picture. Because my
Oh,
publisher,
wow.
you don't have to show him a picture if you don't want to. You could describe them to him. So
Mm.
between me writing about it and then him picking up on it, then he was able
Okay.
to and create it and make it come to life.
Nice. That is amazing. Oh, wow. We'll have to get together
Mhm.
and swap information regarding your publisher and your illustrator here sometime soon.
Oh,
I'll let you enjoy your weekend, but I'll connect with you after to get that information.
okay.
Um, yeah, I got some things brewing that I may need a illustrator and publisher for, but we'll talk later about that because today is all about Not Another Sister and your journey in writing this. So, were there any challenges that you faced while writing and publishing your first children's book?
Basically was the start and the stop. It's like if
Okay.
work got busy, then I was too tired to come home because I called it homework for me because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to stay driven. I wanted to continue and do it. I started it and I like to finish what I start. So I was like,
Okay.
this is my homework. I was like, okay, babe, I got my homework. I'm doing my homework now. And so I would
Mm-hmm.
just be writing and writing. I'd have my laptop up. I'd make sure it was an environment that I felt that it was going to be a work environment. So that's a whole nother thing as well, to not usually be like slouched on a couch and sometimes not with your slippers on, because sometimes that makes you feel like you can just be lax about it and not do it right now. My part was is I wanted to make sure that I continued it and to do it, and so I gave myself a day or a few days a week that I would work on it and get some things done. And if I didn't, I would still push myself. And also working with the publisher and or the illustrator, we set appointments. And when they set the appointments, you have a guide. They give you an outline of what to do and when it's due. Like the title was due by this day. The content for this page is due by this day. And so I would put it in there. And then she would, like, we would use Google Docs. And then so she would update and change different things. She would edit it and ask me if that's what the message I'm trying to relay. So it was just mainly to keep going no matter what was going on. Just keep going.
I love it. Don't give up. We don't have a give up spirit. You just got to keep going no matter how long it takes you.
Right.
The end result is worth it. Just keep going. I have to give my husband that message tonight in regards to his book.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
like, he's been writing page by page, and much how you said your story, like on the back of a receipt, on a sheet of paper. There were different he has all these little scraps when it came to writing his book. So I will give him that advice. Just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of
Definitely.
other
And keep
questions.
up with, I don't know if my picture is on here anymore, but
Oh
yes,
no, it did actually it went away for a second.
okay.
So while Miss Tia jumps back on with us, we are interviewing none other than the author, children's book author, Tia Wilson today, and she is sharing her journey with us about Not Another Sister and the importance of family, love, representation, and the value of God does not make mistakes. It is what is represented in the book with us on Not Another Sister. So Miss Tia Wilson is celebrating her birthday this weekend. She is the mother of 5 beautiful children and the wife of her husband, Lou Wilson, and they reside right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, like I said, as Tia gets back on, it looks like she is coming back in with us. Let's add her back
Sorry
in.
about that.
Yeah. Oh, no
No.
worries. I just gave the audience a little insight about what we have been discussing today while you got back on. So I won't hold you much longer. I just want a couple other questions. What can we expect next from you?
Oh, I'm definitely going to write another book. I don't know if it's going to be a children's book, um, or what kind of book was it? A chapter book. It could be a variety of different things, but I will continue to write. That is in my heart to continue to write. You may see me out for a vendor event to do different things there. I have a colleague that has a bookstore. Well, there's a couple of them. There's two together. They work together. They'll have a soft open for their bookstore in about mid-August. So I'll be doing that. And I will, my website is going to be launching hopefully by the beginning of, like the end of this month, beginning of next month, or no later than the middle of August. And that's just going to be really exciting to me that I can be able to do that. I'm really excited about it. It looks great so far.
Awesome. So we will definitely keep in touch so that we can follow your journey as an author. And as you get your website up, make sure you stay in contact with us. And if we could tell our listening audience also how to not only purchase your book, but also how to stay in contact and follow your journey, any social media information you may have that you would like to share with us today.
Okay. I sure will. I definitely will. Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. It looks like Miss Tia may be having a technical difficulty today, but nevertheless, thank you guys for tuning in. Today's show has been sponsored by none other than DeVille Realty Group. If you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in home ownership, DeVille Realty Group can be contacted at 702-515-4100. 702-515-4100. And it looks like Miss Tia is back on with us. So we are going to share her contact information with you all today. Hello, Tia. Welcome back.
Hi, thank you. Thank you. So, yes, my phone number is 702-235-4060. 702-235-4060. And that, and then my book, like I was saying, it is on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. I also have ebooks available, and then also we have Target and Walmart. So, and then on my Instagram, my social media pages are just Tia L. Wilson or author Tia L. Wilson. And you'll be able to find me on Facebook and on Instagram so far.
Awesome. Thank you. So, last question that we always do on I'm That Girl podcast. what would you tell the younger you?
I would just tell them to make sure that you follow your heart and do the things that you love and that you're passionate about. You never know where it's going to lead you. Because, like, this has led me to write a book that I did not think I was going to write. But also, when I was in school, it let me know that all of that hard work and keeping up with my studies and everything has made it so that it was easier to be able to write my book because I understood the words that I was writing. I was able to speak and communicate with others in written and speaking and communicating with other people. So it just, all the things that I learned from school, I was able to bring into this process. And then those type of things would help you as you get older.
Awesome. Thank you again, Miss Tia, for joining us today on I Am That Girl podcast. We look forward to following your journey, and we will definitely be getting our books, my family, and I will share your information with my other fellow listeners to get a copy of Not Another Sister.
Okay.
Thank you, and enjoy your birthday weekend.
Thank
Don't
you.
have
I
too
will.
much fun.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Las Vegas, for tuning into I Am That Girl podcast, episode 6 of season 2, the It Girl era. We are on today with none other than children's book author Miss Tia Wilson. Thank you, and have a blessed weekend.
Thank